Hi everyone, it's Catherine Davis. I am really excited to be here. I'm actually going to be sharing a tip that's a sneak peek into my new class process that I'm really excited about. I hope to see you there. I wanted to preface this by saying that this is a little tip in Photoshop Elements, but the class really is not a digital class. I do touch on some digital tutorials and some things just because that's part of my own personal process, but the class really is about you thinking about your process no matter what your style, and we will do plenty of traditional techniques as well. A tool that I love to use in Photoshop, if you go over here, it looks like a sponge. Dodge and burn. Dodge means to lighten and burn means to darken. And this is a way of lightening or darkening your photo, but within the brush that you have. This is a little small right here. I'm going to bump it up a little bit. I just want Maggie's face a tad lighter, but I don't want the whole thing to get lighter. If you just go under here, see, it just gave her a little light there. You can mess with the exposure, so you can do it like super light. In fact, I'll do it right here. Increments to see how you like it. I'm going to lighten up her eye just a tad so we can see her face. You don't want to go too crazy because then it gets kind of obvious. I'll show you what the burn tool does. Make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to do it right here on the beanbag. See how it's starting to shadow, shadow, shadow? That's how you do it. Okay, I hope you found that helpful, and I really hope that I will see you in my class process starting October 31st.
Hey everybody, Amy Powers. I want to share with you how to create this three-dimensional shadow box collage using jewelry boxes and their lids. So you'll begin by deciding which boxes or lids that you want to use. I chose 4 small boxes that are all made with craft paper. And then one of these is actually the inside of a matchbox, the smallest box. So you'll trace the box shape onto some decorative paper and then cut that paper to fit in each box. You may need to trim it a little bit more to fit and then glue that in place. And then begin to play around with how you want to stack the boxes and just find a construction that you like. So once you've decided on the shape, glue the boxes together. I used small clothespins to secure the boxes while they dry. And then also be sure to align the bottoms of the boxes so that it makes a flat surface. And now you can fill the boxes with photos and stuff. So here's how I filled mine. I started by cutting a heart from velvet and I placed it on that book page. Next I added alpha beads and then a glittery alpha sticker with my son's initial. Then I added a little stegosaurus, and I like how this shape fits in the box, especially with those chevrons behind it. But wait, wouldn't it look better with grass? So I cut a little strip of grassy mat, which is available from Model Railroad hobby shops. It's one of my favorite craft supply secrets is to use this grass mat. And see, doesn't he look happy on the grass? What makes this project really work is adding a favorite photo. And this is my absolute favorite photo of my son. So I resized the photo to be super tiny. I think it's only about 1 inch tall. And then I chose to silhouette the photo or to cut around the edges of the photo. So to add dimension, I glued that photo to a small spool so that it could sit up a little bit. So when I'm sure of the composition, I just glue everything in place. So do you want to see another one? I made this one with 3 boxes, and this time I used a photo to back one of the boxes. That's me as a little girl. Then I added a bead behind the heart to bump it out a little. I stacked 3 tiny spools that I wound with floss. And then I added a little bouquet of paper flowers here. Okay, so that's it for me. I hope that you'll give this a try. And if you do, please post photos of your creation on the forum because I would love to see it and we'll all be inspired by you. So for more crafting fun, please join me for my 12-week course, Craft Happy, which starts October 3rd. See you there.
Hello, Pajama Party friends! Tami Morrison here with a super fun and quick idea for a mini album that you can make. I came up with the idea for this album when my youngest daughter was in preschool, and I was inspired by this clothing tag from a shirt I purchased at Target. And what I decided to do was take a picture of all the places I went during an average morning while she was at preschool, because those were my errand days and it was like playing beat the clock to get everything done. So I think primarily at the time I wanted a record, some physical evidence of the fact that I got all these things done on a day when I felt like I just barely kept my head above water. And so I created this fun little album. The cover is just plain old chipboard that I cut to size. There's a little introduction page, and that says, "On your mark, get set, go. From the time I drop Tate off at preschool until it's time to head back to get her, the race is on to see what I can squeeze into that meager 2.5 hours. This is an average day in the life of a preschool mama trying to maximize her kid-free time." And so I just took pictures of each of the stops that I made that day. This is the door of the preschool where I was dropping her off. The pages themselves are from a one-up photo album. I purchased a bunch of these on sale for like ridiculously cheap, like $1 each or something. And the covers were absolutely hideous. And so I didn't like the way the covers looked, so I just sliced the pages right out with an X-Acto knife. So then I had these just cute little page sleeves. I slipped my photos into them. I punched a hole through the whole shebang, photo and all, and used a little paper reinforcement to give it some durability and put the whole thing on a binder ring. The embellishment on each of the pages is exactly the same to keep it simple. I've got my Dymo labels that say the time and the location. And then I've got just some geometric pattern paper embellishments. Very, very simple, because simple means I'm actually going to finish it. The back side of the pages is just pattern paper, same paper on every one, again, keeping it simple. And then the back of the album is just a simple little camera embellishment with the date on it, October 2007. So I'm really glad I created this, because it's like a little time capsule that preserves that time in my life. And you know, when you're in the middle of all those mundane day-to-day errands and stuff, you don't really stop to think about how special they are, because they're not really special. It's just everyday stuff. But when you stop and record something like this for just a short period of time, you have a record, you have a little time capsule of what that was like. And that's super cool. And for me personally, a project like this that's sort of like a morning in the life is a lot more realistic than a week in the life or a month in a life, December daily type project, because I always fall off the wagon on those. I never seem to complete a complete week or month of anything, but I can do a couple of hours. I can absolutely take pictures for a morning. So I challenge you to create a morning in the life mini album, or afternoon or evening or whatever works best for you, and just record all of the things that make up that short period of time for you, that just 2 or 3 hours. And it doesn't have to be something where you've planned extravagant things so that it'll look good. No, 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 no. It has to be just your average stuff. So maybe it's your piles of laundry that you're sorting and your sink of dishes that you're cleaning. Or maybe it's the different things that you do at work, you know, the different tasks at your desk, or your errands, or whatever you happen to be doing that day. So I hope you'll take my challenge and create a morning in the life or afternoon or evening in the life mini album for yourself. If you'd like some more mini album ideas from me, you can visit the Self-Paced Projects at bigpictureclasses.com, where you'll find a smart cookie fortune keeper for keeping all of your fortune cookie fortunes. And I also have a Moments album up there that's a cute little album made from a mint tin. And I have an Unpack Your Vacation Memories class in which you can record your vacation memories in an actual suitcase. So I hope you'll check those out. Thanks for watching.